Hi, my name is Lisa Decker, and I'm a postural alignment specialist with the Gostiu Institute. Today, we're going to talk about an exercise I use quite often called Hero's Pose. Why I like Hero's Pose is not even just for the actual exercise, but I use it often with my clients as a functional test. I want to know functionally, are my clients able to get true pelvic extension bilaterally? And often in Hero's Pose, you will see either a hip shift out, a hip higher, or a lack of ability for clients to get their butt all the way down on their heels. Okay, here's pose is used in other therapies such as yoga, and is a popular exercise among other therapies as well. So, what is Hero's Pose doing? It's promoting bilateral pelvic extension, the ability for the pelvis to bilaterally extend. Okay, it's promoting plantar flexion of the feet. Okay, plantar flexion is the pointing of the toes. Okay, it's also promoting proper lumbar extension because the lumbar extensors actually have to turn on as you roll your pelvis forward. You're going to have vertical alignment of the shoulder joint to the hip joint here, okay? To get into this exercise, what you want to do is bring the feet together, the heels together, the knees together, and then sit back on your feet. Where you may notice some issues with this exercise is where either one hip doesn't go all the way down or the body offsets to a side. And that is where this exercise becomes such a great functional test. Okay. And let's say that does happen. I wouldn't necessarily force this exercise. What I would do is try some other exercises prior and go back to it. Find out what needs to release for you to get better bilateral pelvic symmetry. Okay. Because this is a bilateral exercise asking for symmetry and engagement of both hip flexors and lumbar extensors together. If you have a lot of cramping in the feet, I have definitely had clients who have a lot of cramping as they go into plantar flexion. You might want to do another exercise first, such as a standing quad stretch or a modified floor block, or another Agostyu corrective exercise first. Because often, if you're not getting true pelvic extension, okay, as you're walking, the dorsiflexors of the feet can take over. And so the plantar flexors, can get kind of tight and immobile. So Hero's Pose, great exercise for a weak pelvis, for a posterior pelvic tilt, to create bilateral symmetry, passive lumbar extension, and a great exercise too, just to release the quad muscles. Okay, so the top of the thigh here, as you're in Hero's Pose, can definitely get a nice stretch. All right. For more information about postural therapy, go to my website at alignedfit.com.